Thank you. Thank you. Good evening. Good evening and welcome to Student Showcase 2008. My name is Eileen Gibbons.
I'm Chip Stone.
And we are delighted to be your hosts tonight. We're here at the Alex Theater in downtown Glendale to enjoy the third annual Student Showcase, featuring student performers from throughout the Glendale Unified School District. Glendale's known as the Jewel City, and over 200 of our brightest jewels will be on stage at the Alex tonight, not counting Chip and me, of course. Tonight we're going to see talented actors, singers, musicians, and dancers of all ages from throughout the district, different backgrounds, different schools, but one thing they all share in common, at least one thing, is talent. So as we enjoy the showcase together, let's share our pride and our enthusiasm for our students, our schools, and our community.
Well, give yourself a big round of applause. Looks like we filled up the place pretty darn good tonight. Thank you for coming. Good job. Good evening, everybody, and I, too, would like to welcome you to tonight's event. This is a celebration tonight, and we really are excited about what's happening. If you see the energy backstage, unbelievable. There's a lot of things going on, and they're very excited about coming up. Tonight is really a tradition, and it was a tradition that brought together, kind of culminated with three things coming together. It's our third annual, and the first thing is we are so fortunate in our community to have talented children, kids, young adults that you're going to see a sampling of tonight. And it's really a result of a wonderful school system, and it's a result also of families that put in the time with their children, and also the kids themselves that are spending hours and hours and hours of practice, and a wonderful group of teachers. So thank you to the Glendale Unified School District for all that you do. Secondly, the more the years go on, the more I appreciate just what a special community we live in. And we really do have an active and participating community. We have service clubs, we have businesses, we have the City of Glendale, the school district, we have the Alex Theater. It takes, to do something like this tonight, it takes collaboration. And we are very fortunate to live in a community that everybody wants to help in. Thirdly, there was started about 3 years ago a community educational foundation. And tonight you're going to be meeting some of them as we go through the evening, but the Glendale Educational Foundation stepped forward to bring resources and to help the schools. And those three ingredients, the kids, our community, every aspect of it, and certainly the help that we have with the community at large. It's just been great. So thank you for tonight. I'm going to hand it over to Eileen. Before we get started with our first act, we have a couple of very important people we're going to introduce. Thank you.
Thanks, Chip. You can't have a program like this without sponsors, and we have three sponsors tonight for the showcase: the City of Glendale, the Glendale Unified School District, and the Alex Theater. At this time, I'd like to introduce two special guests, as Chip said: the Mayor of the City of Glendale, John Draymond, and the President of the Glendale Unified School District Board of Education, Joylene Wagner. John and Joylene.
Well, hello and thank you. Hello, Joylene.
Hello there, John.
It's good to see you. This is our first opportunity as the new president of the Glendale Unified School District and the new president of WrestleMania to appear on stage together. This is a wonderful thing.
Isn't it fun?
It is, and it's all about partnership. And so when Joylene and I were talking about how we would do this, Joylene assured me she was going to write a script for the two of us to say tonight. So if I could have my copy of it, Joylene, I'll get my glasses out. And
here you
thank
are,
you.
John.
Thank you. Let's see what kind of
Are
a
you
part
ready?
you wrote for me. I am. Here we go.
I am so happy to be here tonight on behalf of the Board of Education and to join with our esteemed colleague, Mr. John Draymond, Mayor John Draymond, to help celebrate
Art.
And its place in education, as well as the importance of
Art.
in the economy of the City of Glendale. Though the state of California may not consider
Art.
as core curriculum, I can assure you that Mr. Draymond and I know that
Art.
is at the
Art.
heart of the human experience. We are delighted that the district, the city, and the Alex are coming together in such an important
Art.
partnership to support the broad array of
Art.
displayed and performed here tonight, and to support the work of the Glendale Educational Foundation as it works to ensure the place of
Art.
in our schools and community. I want you to know that this script was really John's idea.
Thank you, Joylene, and thank you, MCs.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Whoops, wrong way.
What can you say after that? For heaven's sakes, 2 more performers. That was an extra act we just squeezed in and no extra charge, so I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks very much to our mayor and the school board president for coming today and getting us off to a good start tonight. And especially thank you for your leadership in continuing the partnership between the cities and the schools. It's great. It's great. A good example, in fact, is tonight's program in the first place. And the second place, it's being taped by the city's government access channel, GTV6, and will be shown later this summer, replays on channels 6 and 15. So you'll want to watch for that. Another example of the city and schools working together. And now, let's get on with the show.
You could have seen John and Joylene at, I think, Damon's last night till maybe about 11 doing that. Thought I recognized them. Our first act, College View School, very, very special to the district, was established in 1977 to provide an appropriate setting for students with extraordinary special needs. And the staff is composed of credentialed special education teachers and highly trained and experienced assistants to the physically handicapped. The entire staff at College View brings, and I think everybody in the community knows this, new meaning to the words dedication and family. College View School has developed a very unique music program that allows their special students and staff to create beautiful rhythmic music together. Drum circles are growing popular in hospitals, medical facilities, even in corporate venues. At College View, teachers continue to see improvements in their students' ability to participate, to communicate, and to work together. Very, very special. Led by Principal Jay Schwartz and teacher specialist Corky O'Rourke. Let's give them a big hand. Please join us in welcoming to the stage a very special drum circle. We give you College View.
What a great start. My husband and I, it makes me very emotional, obviously. My husband and I have been lucky enough to visit College View School. It's a very impressive place. If you've not been up there, you ought to see if you could go sometime. I'm so proud of everything they're doing. Let's give them one more round of applause.
At this time, I'd like to invite up the president of the Glendale Education Foundation, wonderful man, John Sad. John.
Thank you, Chip. And thank you all for being here with us tonight. This is a real important night. This is going to be a night that these kids that are entertaining us remember for the rest of their lives. It's also important because your participation here is helping the Glendale Educational Foundation meet its goal of putting cardiovascular equipment in all the middle and high schools. We're going to meet that goal, and in the fall, the equipment will be available for the schools to use. I'd like to thank our MCs, Chip and Eileen, or as we call it, the Givens and Stone Show, or Stone and Givens Show. We haven't quite figured that out yet. Especially, we'd like to thank former Mayor Eileen Gibbons for being with us. It's a very special thing to have her with us, and we very much appreciate her participation. At this time, I'd like to thank a hardworking group of people that I work with, and that's the Board of Directors of the Educational Foundation. A lot of them are back here in the green room and behind stage doing a lot of work, but with the members of the Board of Directors of the Educational Foundation that are here, please stand for acknowledgement. I'd like to especially thank our board member and the producer of tonight's show, Catherine Schwartz, for the wonderful job that she did tonight, and the wonderful show you're going to see. I'd also like to thank the parents and teachers of these kids for lending them to us for the evening and letting us enjoy their wonderful talents. Thanks to the City of Glendale and the Alex Theater for joining us and making available this wonderful theater for us to be in tonight. Thank you, too, to the Glendale Association of Realtors. Again, this year, the Glendale Association of Realtors have stepped forward with a major contribution to the foundation. And as I like to say, anything the foundation does is only possible through the generosity of the community, and the Glendale Association of Realtors has really been a wonderful partner, and we appreciate very much all of your efforts. Some of the members of the Glendale Association of Realtors that have made contributions to this evening's performance: Adora Bell, the Barnes family, Prudential California Real Estate, Coldwell Banker, our Remax Tri-City Realty, Gary and Lynn Nave, and Keller Williams Realty. Thank you all very much for your generous support. I'd now like to ask Dan Lanning, the Executive Director, and Armin Avidian, the President of the Glendale Association of Realtors, to join me up at the podium.
Good evening. My name is Armin Avadian. I'm the president of the Glendale Association of Realtors, and along with me is Dan Lanning, our association executive director. Good education and good schools result in a better development of our children, which results in better neighborhoods that people wish to buy and live in. Thus, the natural partnership between the Glendale Association of Realtors with its 1,600 members and the Glendale Educational Foundation. I am delighted that our association is involved in being one of the sponsors of this exceptional cause. The Glendale Association of Realtors proudly is donating the amount of $15,000, as well as 10 individual realtors and officers and offices who are donating the amount of $1,000 each. The names of most were read, plus a couple, Dan and myself, which were skipped because we were going to be here, I guess. But we're really proud to, so for the second year in a row, we are proud to present a check for the grand total of $25,000.
Thank you very much. Our realtors have been just a wonderful partner. And we know you have a lot of time on your hand these days, so we want to wish you, no, I'm just teasing. No, thank you all for doing, we really appreciate the support. Eileen?
That's terrific. $25,000. Wow. Think what that's going to do for our schools. And the Educational Foundation is really another one of the jewels in the city, and I think it would be remiss of me not to give part of the credit for that to this rather tall gentleman standing next to me part of the time tonight. Chip Stone was the first president of the foundation and really helped get it off to a fast start, and I think he deserves another round of applause, too.
You cheated. You got it in.
Okay, now what I want to know is, are you ready for some more students performing? Yes, all right. How many of you have ever heard the story of the 3 billy goats gruff? Anybody out there heard that story? Yeah, okay. Well, tonight, we have some first graders from Monte Vista Elementary School under the direction of Shirley Sycamore. There's some fan clubs out there from Monte Vista. Under the direction of Shirley Sycamore, these first graders are going to sing us some songs from their musical opera, The 3 Nanny Goats Gruff. Now, they've asked that you please not applaud till the very end when they take their bows, because you wouldn't want to miss a word of their songs and their story, okay? So get ready for Monte Vista. Pretty soon, get ready for Monte Vista. Be thinking about the story in your head. Remember how the story, there's these 3 billy goats gruff, but I think tonight they might be 3 nanny goats gruff. And there was something about some big, bad, ugly trolls hiding under a bridge. Do you remember that part? Well, you better watch and you better listen, because here they are.
Once upon a time, there were 3 nanny goats, Gruff, named Annie, Fanny, and Big Bertha Lee. They lived in a meadow with their kid brothers, Willie, Nilly, and Billy. One day, Big Bertha Lee told the other goats that there was not much grass left, and they had decided to cross the bridge and go live on the hillside where there is more grass. They would miss the meadow. The goats went to say goodbye to their animal friends. What? You're going across the bridge, they said?
Watch out, there's a troll under there. He's big, he's mean, and he's hungry as a bear.
As they started across the bridge, the mean and ugly troll under the bridge heard them.
I hear some walking on my bridge, my bridge, my bridge. I hear some walking on my bridge. And those feet are such a treat to eat. Who's that walking on my bridge?
The mean and ugly troll climbed up on the bridge. Big Bertha Lee lowered her head, ran toward the troll, and gave him a mighty push with her horns. The troll was very surprised. He fell off the bridge and rolled into the meadow. The bumblebee came and stung him on the nose. The troll screamed a mean and ugly scream. The 3 nanny goats and their brothers were happy on the hillside. They ate fresh, green grass and got fat. So, snip, snap, snout, this tale sold out.
Snip, snip, snap, snout, this tail sold out. Snip, snap, snout, this tail sold out. Nanny goats, 1, 2, and 3. Nanny goats, big as can be. Annie and Fanny and Big Bertha Lee are nanny goats.
Okay, our next performance is actually another elementary school, Cerritos, and we're going to be treated to a Mexican dance called Jesucita in Chihuahua. Don't ask me to say that twice. It's also known as the Mexican polka. Now, this is going to bring this dance comes from Mexico's northern region, home of the vaquero, or the Mexican cowboy, and it celebrates the courage of the brave women and the men who fought in their revolution. Under the direction of Pearl Hernandez, here are the Cerritos Elementary dancers. Give them a big round of applause.
That was great. Now, after that dancing performance, we're going to have some more fun. If anyone tells you that the showcase is for the birds, then you know they're probably talking about the hummingbirds of R.D. White School. That's right. That's right. The director of the hummingbirds is Tracy Holland, who brought her entire family with her. That's great. In the daytime, the hummingbirds are cleverly disguised as first, second, and third grade students at R.D. White. But tonight, they're going to be sheep and chickens and roosters and mules, and I don't know what else, except that I heard Farmer McDonald. Oh, I'm getting some audience help here. This is good. I heard Farmer McDonald might be here even, so we'll have to see. They're going to be singing songs from a school show called E-I-E-I Oops.
Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O.
music's getting on, so if you can just bear a second, you guys just relax. We're going to get started in 1 second. So just take it easy, and we'll be right there.
Cute chicks, aren't we just adorable? Cute chicks, we're fine art. Cute chicks, likable and lovable. We're cute, and we're smart. Cute chicks, pride of all the neighborhood. Cute chicks, what a match. Cute chicks, everybody understood. What a great egg and hatch. What came first, the egg or the chicken? Who cares? Who gives a hoot? Looking at us, your heart will quicken. That's just 'cause we're oh so cute. Cute chicks, aren't we just adorable? Cute chicks, we're fine art. Cute chicks, likable and lovable. We're cute, and we're smart. We're cute, and we're smart. We're cute, and we're smart. Ladies and gentlemen, we're cute.
Unbelievable. You guys are great. Thank you so much. Mrs. Corey's class would like to dedicate, these kids would like to dedicate this performance to their teacher in honor of her upcoming retirement, which is kind of a little bit sad. A lot of good years. Here are the third graders of Keppel dancing to Cup of Life by Ricky Martin. So get ready for some spirit, a little bit of attitude, and a fun performance. Here they are. Let's give them a big round of applause.
This time it's going to be music played by the string ensemble of the GUSD Honors Orchestra. The orchestra has about 90 students in it from around the district, different schools, different grades, and those students are selected by the GUSD music teachers. The string ensemble consists of 7 of the very best string players in that honors orchestra. Tonight they will play one of G.F. Handel's most famous melodies, Hornpipe, and they are directed by Dr. Kay Ladani.
Okay, we're getting ready to wrap up the first act, and we're going to bring the first act to a spectacular close. We'd like to now begin to move into some drama. And actually, from my old alma mater, Glendale High School Harlequins, International Thespian Troupe number 1986.
Hi. Everybody wave hello. One thing every Drama 1-2 student learns is basic juggling. Now the reason for this is because it also teaches hand-eye coordination and good balance, and it's one of the oldest forms of theater, having started about 3,000 years ago in China. Everybody learns a 3-ball cascade, and Andreas, who's only been juggling a little bit more than a year, learned juggling in Drama 1-2, but he practices a lot. And the nice thing about juggling is, like most skills you learn as an adult or a teenager in school and out of school, If you practice, you get better at it. And most of them has been practicing for a while. Now, right now, we're going to take Chip. First, we have something to do. Andreas likes balancing things. It's sort of gotten out of control. This is always interesting. He says it's a very pointed performance. But he's really sharp about it. He does a very nice job, don't you think? And that's Andreas. And Andreas right now is going to take our two MCs, Chip and Eileen, backstage and teach them how to juggle during the intermission. So they're going backstage right now while we continue with the rest of our little performance called Basic Mayhem. Right now on stage, we'd like to introduce Becky. Now, Becky has been learning a new skill that we have been teaching some people. She's got to come over here, I think, and find her new skill. We also teach the students how to use an 8-foot bullwhip. This comes in handy at prom or when somebody really annoys you. But Becky's has been learning and been practicing. This is an 8-foot bull-hide bullwhip. So Becky, show them what you can do. Right now, that's about it. Thank you, Becky. Miriam Galabian and Fadi Kabaz, are also going to show you a little of our basic mayhem. Most of the students learn basic fencing moves and stage combat. This is combat with a rapier. So you can also take a fight and make it a little comical if you really try.
Scout's honor? Fine.
Well, she did promise not to hit him in the hand anymore. From rapier, we can always go out to broadsword, which we used when we did Henry V, and also when we did the Scottish play. This is Danny Parks and Kyle Kloos, both seniors. And if they don't get it right, they don't graduate.
Ready? Ready? Ready. All right. Ready. All right. What was that? What? I hit you. Sword fight, not ultimate mash mayhem. I thought I'd spice things up a bit. Spice things up? Yeah. Let's try it from move 16. No more spicing up. All right, fine. That really hurt. Swords only. Sword. Swords, okay. Let's go. What? It looked good. Did it look good? See, they like it. Whoa. That did not feel good. Oh, okay, well, what? No more. None of this. What? No. Fight. You ready? All right, fine. No punch. No punch? Yeah. Fine. Okay, ready? Ready. I'm really hurt here. Dude, are you okay? No. No, I'm not. Dude, it's kind of a problem. What? The sword? It's a fake cut! No, no, no! No! Okay? Oh my God. No!
Give Danny some applause, or he's going to keep going until you do. And now we'll get the cast of Miss Estrada to take the stage. We recently did the 2,400-year-old play, Miss Estrada, at Glendale High School. And in it, is a fight sequence that comes about between the old women's chorus, which you see on the left-hand side as you're looking at the stage, and the old men's chorus, which you see on your right-hand side as you're looking at the stage. Now, what happens during this time is that they've been arguing for a while. So what we want to show you first is we want to show you how we choreographed it and just walk through it as we always do in rehearsal before a show. So, with the line given by Miriam, let the mayhem begin.
Either stop it or you'll learn a trick you won't enjoy, to flip and break your neck.
And cut. So that's a walkthrough. Now, during some of this time, you may have missed some of the nuances of the fight. So we're going to try and do it in ultra slow motion. One of those two things. Basically, Matrix style. So if you just watch, you may see some of the hidden subtleties used by professionals when staging a fight. Ready? And action.
Either stop it or you'll learn a trick you won't enjoy, to flip and break your neck.
Cut. And now, we're going to show you how it looked when we performed it at full speed. Remember those subtleties? You'll miss them. Ready? And action.
Either stop it or you'll learn a trick you won't enjoy, to flip and break your neck.
And cut. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for allowing us to do this little demonstration for you. We hope you enjoyed it. Have a great night, and be sure to applaud vigorously for all of your performers here at the Alex Theater. Thank you, and good night from Glendale Drama.
The Alex is a co-sponsor of the program tonight, and I would like to introduce, if he's within distance of the stage, I would like to introduce the theater's executive director, Barry McComb, and ask him to come forward and say a few words.
So I'm told we're running a little bit behind schedule tonight, so I've been asked to make my comments very brief. I know Eileen doesn't think that's probably possible in my case, but I've only got, I think, about 9 pages here, so we'll get through it pretty quickly. On behalf of the Alex Regional Theater Board, I have the extreme pleasure of welcoming you to the Alex Theater this evening, and we are very honored to once again lend our support to the Glendale Education Foundation and this showcase of student talent. Nights like this really take the Alex Theater back to its roots. Because we not only, over its lifetime, have served as a venue for vaudeville acts and, of course, movies, which is the way probably most of you know the Alex, but we also served as the center for community events and celebrations. And tonight certainly is a celebration of the Glendale Unified School District's performing arts programs. You may be aware that the Glendale City Council recently voted to approve the transformation of the current Alex Theater Board into a new organization that will be called Glendale Arts. As of July 1st, Glendale Arts will be a private nonprofit organization that will not only continue to manage the operations of the Alex Theater, but will also help to coordinate a vast array of arts resources that are designed to benefit artists, arts organizations, and the performing arts offerings of our local schools. I guarantee that you'll be hearing a lot more about Glendale Arts over the next several months. In our new capacity, we look forward to working closely with the Glendale Education Foundation and the Glendale Unified School District to ensure that the lives of our students continue to be enriched through exposure to and participation in the performing arts. And that is my brief comments.
Barry, we appreciate it, and good luck with Glendale Arts. I think it's going to take the arts in Glendale to the next level, and we really appreciate your leadership and the effort. Also, just want to say that the Glendale Education Foundation, when it was formed, has and continue to has visual and performing arts as one of its three major themes for fundraising and helping out the schools. So it's very important to the community, and the foundation has seen it that way as well. Okay, we're ready to get moving. The first performance of the second half is going to be a treat. It's the Wilson Middle School 8th grade choir. This choir is an unauditioned choir, and some of the girls have sung in the 7th grade choir, and others are new to the group this year. Under the direction of Charlotte Smurth-Waite, this year will mark the 11 consecutive years that this choir has earned a superior rating at the Southern California Vocal Association Festival. That's quite an honor. The songs they're going to be singing tonight is two. The first one is On This Day, Join the Singing by Giovanni Maria Nannino. And do I read this right? In the 1500s? That's pretty good. That's older than the Beatles, isn't it?
Don't look at me. I wasn't there, Chip.
And the second one is Ain't That News, which is a traditional spiritual arranged by Stephen Hatfield. So sit back, relax, enjoy. Please welcome Wilson Middle School 8th grade choir.
On this day, join the singing, hear the music ringing. On this day, join the singing, hear the music ringing. Join the celebration, lift up your voice to sing out with jubilation. Join the celebration, lift up your voice to sing out with jubilation. On this day,
Now we're going for a change of pace. Our next act will be the Glendale High School String Quartet. These four talented students really do make beautiful music together, literally, starting at 6:57 a.m. every school day in the spring semester. Now that's dedication to their music. They're under the direction of Amy Rangel. They're part of the Glendale High School Symphonic Orchestra, and they often play at weddings, concerts, and other local events, including ShowCase. We're glad to have them here tonight. They're going to be playing a selection from the Dvorak String Quartet, number 12 in F major.
We'd like to take a moment and invite a couple of special individuals up to the podium. Like to have City Manager, Assistant City Manager Bob McFall, and Superintendent of Schools Dr. Michael Escalante come on up, and just like to say a couple words as they're coming up. Both of these individuals, very, very special to me personally and also to the foundation. It takes a lot of cooperation, and it takes a catalyst to pull things together in our community sometimes, and both these individuals have been that. And we are grateful for your giving. Thank you for thinking beyond your realms and coming together, and I really don't think the foundation or certainly the showcase would be happening without the two of you. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Chip. Thank you, Eileen. There's a whole story behind why Chip and Eileen are here. Basically, it started out with Eileen saying, well, if Chip will do it, maybe I'll think about it. And then Chip says, well, if Eileen will do it, maybe I'll do it. So I had to say, Chip, Eileen has agreed to do it if you'll do it, and traded the story. Shuttle diplomacy, got them both up here. And haven't they absolutely been terrific this evening? And there's been a lot of acknowledgments this evening of the Board of Directors, the Planning Committee, the sponsors, and all those individuals are, in fact, the ones responsible for putting on the production. But as we all know, there is always a spark plug. There is one person who sends out all of the emails, makes all the phone calls, at the very last minute remembers that somebody was forgotten to be told they're going to be talking, doing whatever that. And for this particular event, that is Sue Hunt. And Sue deserves a great round of applause. I've now gone over the 30 seconds that I've been allotted for this, so I'm now working on Michael's 30 seconds. So he's just going to say art at the end of all of this. I do just want to say on behalf of the City of Glendale that we are very proud to be co-sponsors working in partnership with not just the three sponsors of this, but literally with dozens of individuals and organizations who have made this possible this evening. We're very proud to be here.
There's one thing I've learned over a period of years: when you have so many talented kids on the stage, you don't say too much, you just get out of the way. So Bob's used most of my 30 seconds, but let me just share with you a quick story. This project actually started about 3 years ago with an attempt on the part of our district staff and the folks from the Ed Foundation to get it underway, and we did it in the boardroom. Now, can you imagine trying to move around all the equipment and chairs and trying to put on the program, trying to hook things together with baling wire and duct tape? And yes, we pulled it off, and yes, we had a good time, and yes, the kids had fun with it, but it wasn't anything like this. So I really wanted to make sure that everybody understands that how much we as a school district appreciate the fact that the city has really become a partner with us on this project and really made it something special. Because not only do we have a wonderful venue to enjoy the performances, but we also have a great opportunity for our kids to perform truly in a top class venue. So Bob, thank you very much. The spirit of cooperation between the city is live and well. Thank you.
Every great partnership begins with a hug.
Thank you both. Thank you so much. Now we're going to go back to some student performers again. Are you ready for some vocal music? I hope so, because the next act is going to be the Hoover High School Chamber Singers. Oh, yeah, they're going to be good, too. The students at Hoover have to go through a tough process to be selected to be a chamber singer, but it's worth the effort. The 17-member group has competed in 2 national festivals, and they received excellent ratings at both of those festivals. They're under the direction of Beth Ritchie, and tonight they'll be performing 3 pieces, including the Ballad of Sweeney Todd. I think they'll be razor sharp on that one, don't you? Let's go, the Hoover High School Chamber Singers.
the faces of gentlemen who never let out to murder them again. He trod the path that few have trod, his Sweeney Todd. The demon barber on Fleet Street. He kept the shop in London town. Kept the shop in London town. Fancy clients and good renown. Fancy clients and good renown. What a man in the soul to say he went to the maker and picked up the shade. My Sweeney Todd. The demon barber on Fleet Street. Swing your razor, my Sweeney, hold it to the sky. Freely flows the blood of those who more lives. His knees were peeled, his room was bare. Another woman, a fancy chair. A longer set of a lavish shop, and in with a towel appeared like a bomb. For evening seats as well as nod, the Sweeney Todd. The demon barber on Fleet Street. Sweeney wishes the world away. Sweeney sweeping for yesterday. Hugging the blade, waiting the years. Hearing the music that nobody hears. Sweeney waits in the parlor hall. Sweeney leaves in the office hall. No one can help, nothing can hide you. Isn't that Sweeney there beside you? No one can help, nothing can hide you. Isn't that Sweeney there beside you? No one can help, there's nothing can hide you. Every day Sweeney is Sweeney, 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 Sweeney. Attend the tale of Sweeney Todd. He served the dog and the hungry god. To seek revenge may lead to hell, but everyone does it if something is done. My Sweeney, my Sweeney Todd. The demon barber of Fleet Street.
Terrific talent. I never knew chamber music could sound like that with Sweeney Todd. I don't know about you. That's great. It's really nice tonight to have an audience filled with people who care about students and care about schools. A perfect example, I think, is GUSD's Assistant Superintendent, Alice Petrosian. She's devoted over 30 years to our district and our community, and I know is going to stay involved even though she's just accepted a new position with the Pasadena School District. Alice has been with us tonight, and we really appreciate your being here. I think we should all recognize the marvelous work she's done. I see her waving someplace. Fantastic. And as long as we're thanking people for their hard work, Chip and I want to echo our thanks to the ShowCase Planning Committee, especially Joe Ness, the committee chair, Catherine Schwartz, the ShowCase producer, who is running around back here. You don't get to see her, but when you see her afterwards, congratulate her. And also to Mia Lee and Susan Hunt, whose job was to try to get us organized, and they worked hard at it. I'm not sure if they succeeded, but they worked hard. And we appreciate that entire committee, and I think it would be good for all of us to thank them together, too.
There's a lot of good things going on at Hoover High School, and right now we're going to move over to their theater ensemble. It always sometimes takes a catalyst at a school to have a program grow. In the last 2 years, that person's been Dave Huber. The Hoover's drama department is on the move and growing, and tonight they will be performing 2 monologues and 1 scene from Shakespeare. These scenes were presented to the Cal Poly Pomona Shakespeare competition, where they placed 3rd, 4th, and 6th overall, which is quite an undertaking. The students are from the advanced acting class, and now I understand they have various levels, and even the summer school program is filled up. And they've performed 2 full-length comedies this year, Inspecting Carol and See How They Run, and 1 musical, Bye Bye Birdie. Tonight, the monologues will be from Twelfth Night and Much Ado About Nothing, and the scene will be from Shakespeare's The Tempest. Here is the Hoover High School Theater Ensemble.
I left no ring with her. What means this lady? Fortune forbid my outside had not charmed her. She made good view of me, indeed so much that sure methought her eyes had lost her tongue, for she did speak and starts distractedly. She loves me. Sure, the cunning of her passion invites me in this churlish messenger. Oh, none of my lord's ring. Why, he sent her none. I am the man, if it be so as 'tis. Poor lady, she were better love a dream. Disguise, I see, thou art a wickedness, wherein the pregnant enemy does much. How will this fetch? My master loves her dearly, and I, poor monster, fond as much on him. And she, mistaken, seems to dote on me. What will become of this? As I am man, my state is desperate for my master's love. As I am woman, now alas the day, what thriftless sigh shall poor Olivia breathe? Time, thou must untangle this, not I. 'Tis too hard a knot for me to untie.
There be some sports are painful, and their labor delight in them sense of some kind of baseness. This, my mean task, would be as heavy to me as odious. But the mistress which I serve quickens what's dead and makes my labors pleasures. Oh, she's 10 times more gentle than her father's craved and composed of harshness. I must remove some thousands of these logs and pile them up upon a sore injunction. My sweet mistress weeps when she sees me work, and says such basins had never like executor. I forget, but these sweet thoughts do even refresh my labor's most busy list when I do it.
Alas now, pray you, work not so hard, and with the lightning have burnt up all those logs you're enjoying to pile. Pray, sit it down and rest you. When this burns, 'twill weep for having wearied you. My father is hard at study. Pray now, rest yourself. He's safe for these 3 hours.
My dearest mistress, the sun will set before I shall discharge what I must strive to do.
If you'll sit down, I'll carry your log while. Pray, give me that. No, I'll take it to the pile.
No, yes. No, precious creature. I'd rather crack my sinews, break my back, than you shall dishonor such undergo, while I sit lazy by.
It would become me, as well as it does you. For I should do it with my good will to it, and yours it is against. You look wearily.
This fresh morning with you, with me when you are by at night. I do beseech you chiefly that I might say to my prayers. What is your name?
Miranda. Oh, my father, I have broke your hest to say so.
Admired Miranda. Indeed, the top of admiration worth what's dearest to the world. Full many a lady I have eyed with best regards. And many a time the harmony of their tongue hath brought bondage to my too diligent ear. For several virtues, I have liked several women. But never any with so fun soul. But some effect in her did quarrel with the noblest grace she owed and brought to the foil. But you, oh, you so perfect and so peerless, are created of every creature's best.
I do not know one of my own sex. No woman's face remember, save from my glass mine own. Nor can I say that I have seen what you may call men. Then you, good friend, and my dear father, how features are broad I am skilless of. But by my modesty, the jewel in my dower, I would not wish any companion in the world but you. Nor can imagination form a shape to like of, besides yourself. But I do prattle something too wildly, and my father's precepts I therein do forget.
I am in my condition a prince, Miranda. I do think a king. And I would not, so and would no more endure this wooden slavery than to suffer the flesh fly below my mouth. Hear my soul speak. The very instant I saw you, did my heart fly to your service there beside to make me slave to it. And for your sake, am I this patient logman?
Do you love me?
Oh, heavens, oh, earth, bear witness to the sound and crown would I profess. If I speak true, if holy and great, what best brought me to mischief? I, beyond all limit, do love, praise, honor you.
I am a fool to weep, but what I am glad of.
Wherefore weep you?
At mine unworthiness, that dare not offer what I desire to give, and much less take what I shall die to want. But all this is trifling, and the more it seeks to hide itself, the bigger bulk it shows, and bashful cunning, and prompt me, played in holy innocence. I am your wife, if you will marry me. If not, I'll die your maid. To be your fellow, you may deny me, but I'll be your servant, whether you will or no.
My mistress dearest, and thus humble ever.
My husband, then?
I, with a heart as willing as a bondager of freedom. Here's my hand.
And mine, with my heart in it. And now farewell, till half an hour hence.
1,000.
I do much wonder that one man, seeing how much another man is a fool when he dedicates his behaviors to love, will, after he hath laughed at such shallow follies in others, become the argument of his own scorn by falling in love. And such a man is clowny. I have known when there was no music with him but the drum and the fife. And now would he rather hear the tabor and the pipe. I have known when he would have walked 10 miles afoot to see a good armor, and now will he lie 10 nights awake, carving the fashion of a new doublet. He was wont to speak plain and to the purpose, like an honest man and a soldier, and now is he turned orthographer. His words are a very fantastical banquet, just so many strange dishes. May I be so converted and see with these eyes? I cannot tell. I think not. I were not to be sworn, but love may transform me to an oyster. But I'll take mine oath on it. Till he have made an oyster of me, he shall never make me such a fool. One woman is fair, yet I am well. Another wise, yet I am well. Another virtuous, yet I am well. But till all graces be in one woman shall not come in my grace. Rich she shall be, that's certain. Wise, or I'll never, virtuous, or I'll never cheapen her. Fair, or I'll never look on her. Mild, or come not near me. Noble, or not I for an angel. Of good discourse, an excellent musician, and her hair shall be of what color it please God. The prince and the Montessor love, I shall hide me in the arbor.
A growth of an organization, the Glendale Education Foundation, there's been some pivotal people that have come along the way to really help us get to the next level. And I'd like to introduce one of those individuals now. Jared Anderson has been the chairman of our annual appeals. He not only did it for 1 year, he signed on for a second year. And Jared is going to be leaving us here in June as he opens and starts a new commitment where he's going to be heading up the Catholic Healthcare West program with all the 40 hospitals, which is an incredible big job. And Jarrett, we've been grateful and lucky to have you with us. And if I can have you up to the stage, I think you have a presentation, and we thank you for all your giving. Thank you.
In your program, you have a listing of a number of the people who have and companies which have served as sponsors and directors of this program tonight. And we have previously introduced to you the Glendale Board of Realtors, who have now stepped up to the plate and contributed over $15,000, along with 10 of their members who've stepped up with another $10,000 to become underwriters. We have a new underwriter to introduce to you tonight, Donald Cameron, who is the president of the Cameron Fund, a foundation which has been founded by him to produce and raise money for music education. He is originally from Canada. He lived in L.A. now since 1987, has his own sound engineering and recording studio in Hollywood. Two best pieces of news, though, before I introduce him, and if you would make your way up here, I'd like you to meet him in person. Perhaps he has just a word for you. The first good news is, a week from today, he will close escrow on a home and become a resident of the city of Glendale. The second piece of good news is that he is engaged to be married, and he is going to marry Rima Gregorian, one of our members of our board of the Glendale Education Foundation, in August of this year, August 24th. So they will both be new residents, and we look forward to their continued contribution to this foundation. So where are you? Oh, here it is. Good.
Thank you very much, Jarrett. The Cameron Fund was created as a personal commitment to benefit the community by giving back that which I have been fortunate enough to receive. Having been involved in creating music professionally, this mission is carried on by the Cameron Fund in the gifting of music and education programs in our community and elsewhere. I want to acknowledge Mark Rappaport for assisting me in the creation of the fund, and also my son Ezroy, who is an inspiration to me in his dedication to his music and personal growth. They are both here tonight. Most of all, I would not be here if not for my fiancée, Rima Gregorian, who introduced me to the GEF and all the wonderful work they are doing in Glendale. I am grateful for the honor of being able to share in the sponsorship of this year's Student Showcase, and wish you all well, and thank you so much.
Okay, and to close the show tonight, we have the Crescenta Valley High School Orchestra, directed by Matthew Schick. This is an audition full orchestra with over 60 members. The students with their highest play quiz scores were the ones who were selected to perform for us tonight. The CB Orchestra has only been in existence since 2002, but it's done extremely well at festivals. It's earned 17 unanimous superior ratings so far. Last year, they went to the Festival of Disney in Orlando, Florida. Shucks, that must have been tough. But they did compete there, and again, really did well. They received a Best of Class award, and because they had the highest score of any performing group at that festival, they received the much-coveted Gold Mickey Award. I mean, it was in Orlando, what can I say? They're here tonight to perform 2 pieces for us. So let's welcome the Crescenta Valley High School Orchestra.
As a parent of two children that went through CV, we've enjoyed that music for many years. Congratulations, you guys. Great job. Wonderful. We have reached the end. What a special night. Just want to say a couple of closing comments and then give the mic over to Eileen. And Eileen, I loved doing this with you. It was great getting to know you better. And that was a treat all by itself. Well, it might be a bit idealistic, if not nostalgic. I'm personally very grateful that I live and have raised my kids, raised myself. I guess you don't raise yourself, do you? But having grown up in this community and that understands that the legacy we have is to prepare and to give to our next generations. And this community, at its roots, in the past and in the present, understands that legacy, and I'm very grateful. So thank you all for being a part of it tonight. It was a wonderful event, and Eileen, if you can close things up, and thank you.
Thanks, Chip. It has been a terrific show. I think you all agree. What I'd like to suggest is we all have one act now to do together. That's to give a standing ovation to all the student performers, to their teachers, their parents, their families, to all of you in the audience who believe in our schools and our community and our students, who support the Glendale Educational Foundation, and everybody I've forgotten, everybody who loves art, as the mayor would say. Let's thank everyone for this great, great show. All right. It's been a lot of fun. And keep clapping if you'll be here for Student Showcase 209. We'll see you next year. Thank you so much.